SKOL Vikings, what's good, Purple Nation? Buckle up because we're diving into some fresh Minnesota Vikings news that's got every fan on edge. Our superstar, Justin Jefferson, just hit us with a training camp update that's sparking all kinds of chatter. Is our WR1 ready to dominate? Or are we staring down another injury scare? Let's break it all down with the latest scoop on JJ's health and what it means for our 2025 season dreams. Picture this. It's Thursday at Vikings training camp, and Jefferson's out there making jaw-dropping catches like only he can. Then, boom, a moment that makes every fan hold their breath. A minor tweak in his leg has him sidelined for the rest of practice. The big question is, how serious is this? Is it a repeat of 2023's hamstring nightmare, or just a bump in the road for our All-Pro King? Stick with me as we unpack this in 10 scenes, loaded with details, stats, and that Vikings fire. By the end, you'll know exactly where we stand with Jefferson and how the Vikings are gearing up for Week 1. Plus, I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you worried about JJ, or is this just a precaution? Let's get into it. SKOL Squad, and don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for all your Vikings news. The sun's blazing over the Vikings training camp in Eagan, and the energy is electric. Fans are buzzing, players are grinding, and Justin Jefferson is out there looking like the best receiver in the NFL. Because, let's be real, he is. With a 4-year, $140 million contract in his pocket, JJ's ready to lead us to the promised land in 2025. But then, a play shifts the vibe in a heartbeat. During a drill, Jefferson leaps for a sideline grab, snagging the ball with that signature flair. He's covered by corner Jeff Okudah, and there's some light contact, nothing crazy, but enough to send JJ to the ground. He pops up, daps up Okudah like a pro, but something's off. He heads to the sidelines, and for the rest of practice, he's just watching. Vikings fans, you know that sinking feeling. What's going on with our star? Coach Kevin O'Connell steps up post-practice, and his words are like a lifeline. He calls it a very mild left hamstring strain. Emphasis on mild. JJ's not practicing for now, but O'Connell's chill, saying there's no concern for Week 1. Still, with Jefferson's history, are we right to be a little nervous? Let me know in the comments. Is this just smart caution, or should we be sweating? Let's rewind to Thursday's practice to get the full picture. Jefferson's out there early, torching DBs and making catches that belong on SportsCenter. He's coming off a 2024 season where he hit 1,533 yards and 10 touchdowns in 17 games, proving he's the heartbeat of this offense. But on one play, that leaping catch against Okudah changes everything. Will Raggets from Vikings on SI was there and caught the moment. He says JJ went down after inadvertent contact, but got up fast, looking fine at first. After that, though, Jefferson stayed on the sidelines, not running routes or joining team drills. He later told reporters he felt a little bit of tightness in his leg. Not pain, just enough to make him cautious. This is where JJ's smarts shine. He could have pushed through, but he knows his body. It's the second day of camp, not the 30th, he said, reminding us he's thinking long-term. With a hamstring strain in 2023 that cost him 7 games, he's not taking chances. Do you think JJ's playing it too safe? Or is this the leadership we need from our WR1? Hit the comments. Now, let's talk about that 2023 hamstring injury, because it's looming large in every fan's mind. Back then, a high-grade strain in his right hamstring sidelined Jefferson for nearly 2 months. He still managed 1,074 yards in just 10 games, breaking records for the most receiving yards in a player's first 4 seasons. That's our guy, unstoppable, even when hurt. This time, it's the left hamstring, and the Vikings are calling it a grade I strain, which typically heals in 1 to 2 weeks. The team's approach is all about caution, especially after Jefferson's 2023 scare. He's been open about how that injury shook him, saying he's so scared for it to happen again that he's been overly cautious. That's why he sat out Thursday's drills after feeling tightness. The good news? Jefferson's already getting treatment, and the Vikings medical staff, led by VP of Player Health Tyler Williams, is all over it. O'Connell says JJ's attacking his recovery mentally and physically. But here's the kicker. With camp just starting, are we risking too much by resting him now? What's your take, SKOL fans? Should we wrap JJ in bubble wrap until September? Zoom out for a second, and let's look at why Jefferson's health is everything for the Vikings' 2025 hopes. This guy isn't just a receiver. He's the engine of Kevin O'Connell's pass-heavy offense. In 2024, he had a 30% target share and a 67% catch rate, averaging 14.9 yards per grab. Defenses can't stop him, and that opens up the field for guys like Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson. If Jefferson's out, even for a game, it's a gut punch. The depth chart has Addison as WR2, but he's coming off an ankle injury that sidelined him in 2024. Jalen Nailor's the WR3, and while he's got potential, he's no JJ. Rookies like Ty Felton are unproven, and tight end Hawkinson's still working back from his own injury. Without Jefferson, defenses can stack the box and dare JJ McCarthy to beat them. That's why O'Connell's confidence is so reassuring. He's saying all the right things. We avoided anything serious, and JJ's ready to roll for the season. But Vikings fans, we've been burned before. Are you buying the optimism, or is this déjà vu from 2023? Drop your thoughts below. I need to know where the Purple Nation stands. Let's shift to the man himself, Justin Jefferson's mindset. After practice, JJ was all smiles, telling reporters, "I'm fine after that catch. For sure. That's the swagger we love." He downplayed the tightness, saying it's just a precaution. This isn't a guy panicking. It's a veteran who knows his worth and isn't rushing back for day 2 of camp. Jefferson's been through the injury ringer. In 2023, that hamstring strain wasn't the only blow. He also took a brutal chest hit against the Raiders, spitting blood on the sideline. The Netflix doc Receiver showed how tough that season was, but JJ still hit 1,000 yards in 10 games. His resilience is unreal, and he's using that experience now to stay calm. He's also got big goals for 2025. With JJ McCarthy taking over at QB, Jefferson's poised to be his security blanket, bending coverages and racking up yards. A healthy JJ could push for another 1,800-yard season like 2022. So, fans, what's the vibe? Are you hyped for JJ's comeback? Or worried this tightness could linger? Let's talk in the comments. Halfway through, SKOL Squad, and the plot thickens. Let's dive into what this injury means for the Vikings' training camp game plan. With Jefferson sidelined, other receivers are getting more reps. Guys like Jordan Addison, who's itching to prove he's a legit WR2. Addison flashed in 2024 with 911 yards, but he's not ready to carry the load like JJ. The Vikings are also testing depth pieces like Jalen Nailor and rookie Ty Felton. Nailor had a breakout moment in 2024 with 2 touchdowns in 2 games, but he's still raw. Felton, a late-round pick, has speed but needs polish. These guys are getting a chance to shine, but let's be honest, nobody replaces Jefferson's gravity on the field. O'Connell's keeping the offense sharp, focusing on McCarthy's growth. The rookie QB needs reps with his full arsenal, but for now, he's building chemistry with the backups. Is this a blessing in disguise, giving our depth a chance to step up? Or are we playing with fire by resting JJ? Hit the comments with your take. Vikings faithful. Now, let's talk about the Vikings' cautious approach. O'Connell's not messing around. He's holding Jefferson out of practice until he's reevaluated next week. This isn't just about JJ. It's about protecting the team's $140 million investment. The Vikings know a healthy Jefferson is their ticket to a playoff run, maybe even a Super Bowl push. The medical team's on high alert, using compression techniques and rehab to keep swelling down. Jefferson's already in the training room, grinding to get back. In 2024, a quad contusion against the 49ers had him day-to-day, but he bounced back for week 3. This hamstring strain feels similar, minor but not to be ignored. Here's the big question. Are the Vikings being too careful? Camp's the time to build chemistry, especially with McCarthy. Resting JJ keeps him safe, but it could slow the offense's rhythm. What do you think, SKOL Nation? Is this the right call? Or should JJ get some reps soon? Drop your opinion below. Let's fast forward to next week. when Jefferson's reevaluation could set the tone for camp. If he's cleared, we're back to dreaming of 97-yard touchdowns like that 2024 stunner against the 49ers. If not, the Vikings might ramp up the caution, maybe even holding him out of preseason games. Either way, O'Connell's preaching patience. The fan base is split. Some are freaking out, haunted by 2023's injury-plagued season. Others trust JJ's track record. He's only missed games once in 5 years. Posts on X show the same divide, with fans like at Seifert ESPN noting the very mild strain and no week 1 worries, while others clutch their pearls. The truth? It's probably somewhere in the middle. What's your gut telling you, Vikings fans? Is this a minor hiccup or a sign of bigger trouble? I'm leaning toward optimism. JJ's too tough to let this slow him down. But I want your take in the comments. Let's keep the SKOL spirit alive and debate this one. As we near the end, let's zoom out to the bigger picture. The Vikings' 2025 season. With Jefferson healthy, this team's a contender. He's the guy who tied Lance Allworth for the fastest to 6,000 career yards in 62 games. Pair him with McCarthy's arm, Aaron Jones' legs, and a defense led by Brian Flores, and we're cooking. But injuries are the NFL's cruelest plot twist. The Vikings can't afford to lose JJ, especially with a tough early schedule. Week 1 could see them facing a contender like the Eagles or Chiefs, and we need our WR1 to stretch the field. A shaky start could derail the playoff hype, and nobody wants that. So, where do we stand? O'Connell's calm, JJ's confident, and the medical staff's on it. This feels like a speed bump, not a roadblock. But Vikings fans, I need your energy. Drop a comment. Are you all in on a healthy JJ leading us to glory, or bracing for the worst? Let's rally, Purple Nation. All right, SKOL Vikings, we've dissected this Jefferson news from every angle, and it's time to wrap it up with a bang. The takeaway? Our WR1's got a mild hamstring strain, but the Vikings are playing it smart. Week 1 still in sight, and JJ's ready to remind the NFL why he's the best. This is our year, Purple Nation. Let's stay locked in. I want to hear from every fan out there. Drop a comment. Are you hyped for Jefferson's return, or nervous about this injury? Share your boldest 2025 predictions. Will JJ break 2,000 yards? Will McCarthy be a top 10 QB? Let's flood the comments with that Vikings fire. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your SKOL squad. Keep your eyes on Vikings.com and Vikings on SI for the latest updates. Because we're just getting started. SKOL Vikings, let's ride this wave to the Super Bowl. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and keep bleeding purple.